Okay, so we're going over some trig formulas here. They've given us this statement. They said that angle A in this triangle is 85 degrees. Right? They've said side C is 10 centimeters. And they said that side B is 15 centimeters. Great. Okay, so side C is 15 centimeters. We're going to try to recreate this triangle. We'll try to be somewhat accurate if we can. 85 is a pretty steep angle. It's actually something like that. Okay, assuming that this is the ground. And we'll try to do that and see how that goes. So, we're looking at, if this is 85 degrees, that makes this side A, this angle A. And then from there, we kind of move to what we got. This one looks like the shorter side, so we're going to call that side C. This will be angle C in that case, which leaves us with B, and side B being 15 centimeters. Okay. Now, we need the height of this triangle. Okay. Now, the height of this triangle is really in reference to what angle we're referring to, because technically there are about 3 different heights in this triangle. The height of ABC. They don't tell you where we're talking about. So let me explain to you what I'm thinking. What that means is, for instance, we'll do the 3 different colors here. We'll do one in orange here. Okay. Technically, this is a height. A height has to go from a 90-degree angle. Okay. That's a height. Technically, from a 90-degree angle here, this would be a height, as long as it creates a 90-degree angle there. And finally, roughly, now it's hard to tell, but this would probably be another 90-degree angle to here. So there are 3 different heights we can find in this triangle, okay, from what's been brought up here. Let me turn that thing off. So, we have to decide what we're going to call the height. Okay. From the information we have here, let's see what we can solve. We'll twist and turn this triangle around to see what will help us out. If we turn it this way, the triangle roughly looks like this. If we turned it on side A at the bottom, okay. And what I'm going to do is, this is A, so this becomes 85 degrees. This becomes our 10 centimeters, so side C, angle C, A, B, and 10 centimeters. Whoops, sorry, I lied. 15 centimeters. That's that side there. Okay, 15 centimeters. So let's go on the assumption that we're looking at the green line. Okay, we're looking at our green line here. This is what we're talking about in terms of height. So that means this has to create a right angle with the ground. Now the problem is we don't know how 85 cuts this triangle in half. Because they're not equal sides, these sides here, it doesn't actually cut 85 directly in half. And we're trying to find this. Okay? Which means these are arbitrary angles. But we do know this is 90 degrees, this one here. If we could use our cosine law to find A. Okay? Cosine law would give us our A. Yep, in fact, that's what we're going to need to do. We're going to need to use cosine law to find side A. Okay? So I'm going to quickly run this through us, because this is actually going to be a longer question than I expected. So what that means is, instead of C being what we're looking for, I'm just going to call it A. So same formula, but I'm going to rearrange it a little. So A squared is equal to B squared plus C squared. Okay, I've just switched A and B in the formula. Minus 2BC cos angle A. Okay. Side A is what we're looking for. Side B, what did we say was 15? Yep. 15 squared plus 10 squared minus 2 times 10 times 15 times cos 85. Now I'm going to try to solve this quickly. Squared. 15 squared plus 10 squared is 325. 20 times 15 is 300, so minus 300, which is going to have to be multiplied by cos 85. So cos 85 equals times 300. Okay, and 325, subtract that answer. Did you get 298? Okay, 298.85 is our a squared. We square root both sides. What do you get?
17.28.
Okay, so a is 17.28. We can, sure, we'll approximate 17.3 because it is a little in the middle there. So this side here is 17.3 we discovered. And 3 centimeters. Okay, that's great. But I need more information. I'm actually going to need to find at least one of these angles. Which formula will I need to use to find one of those angles? It's a non-right angle triangle, so what other formula can I use? Sine law. Now the full ratio I have is sine A, right? Sine 85 and side A is 17.3. I have that. I could set up all three, but I only need one. So I'm going to set up the one with 10. 10 tends to be a number that's easy to work with. So sine C, we're going to look for angle C by 10. The 10 is going to come over, so it'll be 10 times sine 85 divided by 17.3 equals sine C. So let's try to work that all at one shot. Sine 85 times 10 divided by 17.3. I'm taking 0.5758. 3. Is that what you got?
Yeah.
How do I find C from here?
Bring the sine over.
Oh, what does it become?
0.01.
Becomes sine inverse.
Yeah.
That's what's important. Okay, when we're looking for the angle. Okay, equals C. So we do the sine inverse of that answer. 35 degrees, 35.1, which we're going to approximate to be 35 degrees. Okay, so which means this angle here is 35 degrees. Great, I got that now. I know what the other angle is going to be, according to that, because 35 plus 85, 120, this should be 60?
Yeah.
60 degrees. So I found out a lot of information in here, but this is what's important. This creates a right angle triangle. Okay, so we have a right angle triangle here. So with a right angle triangle, I can use SOHCAHTOA. Okay, and I'm going to just try to outline what I'm talking about. We're just going to focus on this. Okay, and the information I have. Well, technically on this right angle triangle, the only information I have, and we'll put it in red, is this 35 degrees. I know for sure. I don't know the bottom of this because I don't know how it splits. And I know the hypotenuse to be 15 centimeters. Well, this height is what side of the triangle in reference to 35?
Adjacent.
And is it touching 35?
No.
So what would it be? Opposite. And 15 is what in reference to it?
Adjacent.
Adjacent. Yes, it's adjacent, but there's a better name for it because it's the longest side. Yes. So we're dealing with opposite and hypotenuse. Which of the formulas?
Sine.
Sine. So we are looking at sine theta is equal to opposite over hypotenuse, which in this case is sine 35. We're looking for the opposite, so we'll call it x, and our hypotenuse is 15. So this becomes 15 times sine 35 is equal to x. Sine 35 times 15. What did you get?
8.6.
8.6. 8.6 as our height. Which, in this question, it makes sense. This is a legit answer because this height will be less than both of those sides. Okay. Oh, and that is an option here. Great. I thought it wasn't for a second. So B is our answer for that height. Good. So we got that one.